How are you guys doing today? Tired, right? Yeah? Okay. Cool. Alright, well, let's do introductions.
Cool. Okay, I am Nowaking. I'm Jesse Nowak. Pokemon Bridged. I voice Misty, Officer Jenny, Nurse Joa, a ton of Pokemon, everything else. Darth Swamp. I'm the writer, and I voice Revy and a bunch of people. Are we talking about non-Pokemon Bridge stuff?
Whatever you want.
Whatever I want.
We have very few people here, so once we open up Q&A, that'll probably give us about 5 minutes of content. Then we still have an hour and 25 minutes to fill, so just talk as much as you want.
Introductions should last 20 to 40 minutes, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, let's do it. I want you to reenact everything you've ever been in.
Okay.
That'll take more than the pen, actually.
It was the darkest stormy night. Okay, for other stuff, I've been in some Animu. I was Sanke in Ladies vs. Butlers. I was Izumi in Queen's Blade Rebellion. Both of them have boobs, so if you like that, there's a thing.
Wait, I thought you played a dude in Ladies vs.
Sanke. You don't know Japanese male names? God, sexist.
But that's a kid, right?
Yeah, he's a kid.
With boobs.
No?
You said both of them have boobs.
Yeah, because it's Ladies vs. Butlers. All it is just titties in your face, you know?
Oh, both the anime have boobs. I thought even both of your characters have boobs. Okay.
Well, technically he has breasts. They're just very, small because they're male. Anyway, what else? Tome. I was Hyperlinks. I'm in like every Bridge series ever, so I don't want to name any. Dark Magician Girl. That's recent. So in Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridged, and that guy edits that, so that's cool.
Hey, I'll do my own introduction, thank you.
Onekids, he's Ash.
Okay. Well, I am Nowaking, also known as Jesse Nowak. I have been in a bunch of things that are horse-related, and also...
I forgot the horse stuff. That's how talented I am. Whatever, I was a horse once.
Yeah, she's known in the Brony community, for some reason.
Stop introducing me.
Yeah, stop introducing me.
Talk about yourself.
Now we're even.
Okay.
Fair enough. Cool. I'm Mike, Onekids. I co-write Pokemon Bridged. I'm CEO of the company. Heck yeah. That means nothing though. I edit the show. I voice Ash, Pikachu, James, Meowth now. Used to voice Professor Oak, but it's much better now that I'm not. Barbara, the grandma in episode 21, the snake root. Out of curiosity here, who here has not seen Pokemon Bridged? Okay.
Oh man.
So a couple people, that's, alright. Usually we get about half the hands going up, but I guess you have to be a Pokemon Bridge fan, usually.
To show up
at 11:30 a.m. Well, so do you mind if I ask you a question? What are you doing here? You don't know who we are, like what are you doing here at this hour?
Surprise, this is the panel, we're asking you guys questions. You didn't expect it, did you?
We have this time to fill, so like, no, seriously, tell me your life story.
Than the bigger ones.
What?
I figure I have more fun here than the ones at the bigger ones.
But why are you awake? Is more of the thing, Like, okay, being awake right now, but just waking up would be understandable, but what are you doing here and awake?
Like you made a conscious effort to be here at this time, at this location.
We will be sure to disappoint you, sir. Thank you for being here.
If we haven't already.
And who else was it that hasn't seen? I saw like a hand over there. Yeah, okay, well.
The baby hasn't seen it. God.
Why?
Start him early. Oh, babies.
Little toad.
Pick all the other parts.
There you go. You too? Okay, so what are you doing here?
Because I know Nowaking.
Oh, okay.
That's it, my panel. Anyway, how are you doing?
Okay, well, alright, so anyways, back to my introduction, because I didn't finish that. I also edit Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridged. There we go, hey, okay, now it's finished. That was bothering me, I went OCD for a second there. Okay, so, does anybody have questions before we try to...
You also work for Jack's Films.
I also work for Jack's Films on YouTube. Now we're finished, 105%. Anybody have any questions?
105.
No? Because this is going to be a very interesting panel. If not, it's going to be amazing. How you doing, yeah?
So you all seem to have, compared to other Brit series, one of the things I really like about you is that you all seem to have kind of a bit of a story very separate from that. Was that something you always planned on with?
Yeah.
So
Yes. Yeah, we did. When we started off the series, it was initially just me and Jerry. There's a third guy in our group who's not here. Most of you probably know that. But
Jerry voices like Brock and like everyone, basically.
all the good characters.
If you look at the cast list, Jerry's like 75% because he's
too lazy
lazy.
to come up to Detroit.
Too lazy to come. That's
Hey.
exactly it. Yes. He's great, and it was just me and him initially because I just wanted something to do in my spare time when I was waiting on lines for my other Bridge series, which will not be named. And
So
it is a
good.
dead series. That's a hint and also true.
Do you write down a notebook?
Yeah, something like that. And so
I love when fans know our dark, like, sad pasts. I know what you did 4 years ago online.
Death Note Abridged is like my equivalent of having nudes online. It's just like I don't want anybody.
It's just this embarrassing thing that kind of keeps coming up. And
It's
you're
all
like,
unlisted
oh,
because some weird people like looking at it occasionally, and it's like, all right, that gets you off. Right. But like, I just, no, not my thing. We had some plan that we always wanted to make it different. Like even from the very first original version of the first episode, I think you could see that we were trying to go for something different. And part of that was pressure because there were other Abridged series at the time. Lots of Pokemon Abridged series already had existed. In fact, I think the title of most popular or most well-known Pokemon Abridged had already changed hands like 4 or 5 times. From like Captain Awesome and Box of Danger, and then we came along, and then whatever was before that. There was always tons of them. So we wanted to do something that stood out a little bit. One of the reasons that the title of the show is Pokemon Bridged instead of Pokemon Abridged, that we wanted people to be able to distinguish that our show was not their show. It's not that like we're better or anything, but like we wanted to make sure that they knew, hey, that's the wrong show. You're looking at PTAS. This is PTBS. It's different.
It's BS.
Right. So yes, we always had a plan of making it somewhat different, though that definitely evolved over time. I think that's
And if you've seen Dark Swamp, you know that's my jam. I love just messing with everything. Like the plot doesn't even vaguely resemble it by episode 5. You're like, what is this? No.
Watch that.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? You had your hand up before.
Yeah. No, that's a complete lie. Your series is way better than any other one by a long shot.
Well, thank you.
Aw, that's nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. But
That's the best question I've ever heard.
Seriously, I mean, like your writing process. I mean, that's gotta be great. It's gold because you're aiming for whatever makes it really, really hilarious, and that's original comedy. That's very, very difficult to write.
Yeah, especially with the parody, because it's all. See, originality is a thing where, like, over the years I've learned it's not really a black and white thing. There's no such thing as anything that's 100% original. But especially when you're making something called an abridged series and it's a parody of something, you're using footage from something else. You want to aim to be as original as you possibly can be at that point, because you are already going to you're going to have some elements of the original in there that you just can't get rid of. So, putting your own thing on that, I feel is a valiant effort.
Like Even Later or Child Support.
Right. I feel like some of the best parts of other Abridged series, like DBZ, DBZ Abridged, I like DBZ Abridged, but I've got to say the best parts, everyone's favorite characters of DBZ Abridged, Nappa, Guru, right? Like all these characters that are vastly different from the originals, right? The Team 4-Star are fantastic writers, and they can do really good stuff. I just wish they would do that more often, like straight from the original more often, but that's where we kind of got our I don't know, theory or style from. Yeah. Awesome. And you had your hand up as well. Yeah, what's up?
I have like strings of questions to if people don't want to jump in with other questions.
Go for
We
it.
got time.
The
So,
first one, this is a completely serious question.
Oh boy.
You were a Pokemon in...
Yep.
It's been like 3 years. When are we going to get episode 3?
The next abridging on? Well, obviously you got to message Shady Box with that because he's huge in the abridging community and that's his pet project. So it's.
I'll start hounding.
Oh, don't do that. He gets so pissed.
Well, kids told me to ask you.
Now that you said it.
Yeah, make sure you say that it was me who sent you.
Mike sent you.
Man, I kind of wanted to do the 3rd episode, but I don't know anything about Digimon. Which could make it better. Could make it better, but I still need to watch some of it to know the footage and everything to know what I can do. And like I don't like Digimon. I don't want to sit through it. I'd love to do it at some point though. I think Purple Eyes was also thinking about doing the 3rd episode instead.
Give it to Purple Eyes.
Oh,
Let him do
right?
it. Oh my god.
I think he got too busy. Oh my god, that would have been amazing. Wasn't Purps here last year? No, he was here in 2012 with us. We realized.
That's right.
That's right. Wish he was here. He's awesome, but if he does the 3rd episode, that'd be great. Yeah. Yeah, what's up?
When you're editing, especially now that you do Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge 2 and stuff you're not like directly creating, do you have a like specific process where you have like, you know, this is what I go in with the footage, or is it more like a fly by the seat of your pants? Do you have resources to learn new techniques?
Yeah, it's a really good question. Well, it's obviously a slightly different process for Pokemon Bridge because I can pretty much do whatever the heck I want with that, whereas Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, Martin's got his own vision of it, it's his project, right? So what he'll usually do for Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, and I can explain that a little bit easier because it's more, you know, direct and formal and the same every time. He gives me either a project file or just a layout of the timing of how he wants all the lines. All right, so you should notice that in the episodes that I've edited for him, the timing has mostly remained the same, and I wanted that because I'm not sure if I could mimic his style exactly all right. I think maybe eventually after working with him for a while I might be able to, but that guy's a comedic timing genius, so I just want to let him do that part. It's a little bit of work, you know, and then he'll send it over to me, and then what I do is pretty much after that point I go into my Pokemon Bridge process, which is first thing of any scene usually that I lay down is the background music, which means I usually spend an hour or two going through every freaking track, trying to find a track that suits the mood of the comedy, or trying to decide if the scene doesn't need a music track, which is very often in Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. He writes it without any music in mind usually. So I've been trying to make Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge a little bit more musically interesting, just a little bit ever since I took over. I love Season 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! For some reason. You know, I also like Assassin's Creed though, so don't judge me by my taste, right? But I really like Season 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I like the soundtrack and everything that went along with it. Again, I don't know why, but I do. So I wanted to kind of make it match that. But you know what, Martin likes parodying the 4Kids dub all the time. So if I just, you know, do the same thing the 4Kids did, playing the same Darts theme music over and over again, Martin will naturally, you know, get there. So background music first. Then would be laying out the rest of the audio that is not footage dependent. So sound effects usually cannot go in at that point because I'd have to see how it gets timed out into visuals. Sometimes the visuals depend on the lines, and then I have to, you know, like, so it's all like editing is a lot like solving a puzzle, because you kind of know where you want to go to, but you gotta put all the pieces together. You're not 100% sure how to do each piece, and so usually it's background music, lines, visuals, sound effects, and then whatever changes I'm asked to make from that point on. Yeah, that's about it. And Pokemon Bridge is the same thing.
Do you want me to contribute to how I edit Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge?
Go for it. I mean, do you have a
Okay.
process for Darth Swamp? I'm just curious because you haven't talked. Go on.
Yeah, okay. I don't know, for editing Dark Swamp, I just switched over to Premiere actually at the beginning of this year, and Dark Swamp has been like 95% finished. The episode 4 has been 95% finished for like a year now, and I've been waiting on other things from other people because Dark Swamp has such a vast cast, and it's also the musical episodes, so which is gonna be 4 and 5. Yeah. Is for, I'm so tired. So I've been waiting on a lot of things from other people, and I feel bad when people are like, where's the next Dark Swamp? And I'm like, I can't do anything about it. But it's coming.
So when you edit, what's your process? She's just...
I went off on a tangent.
Yeah. What's your process?
Stop asking me for Dark Swamp.
Would you say you start with the music, or do you do the music last?
Right, yeah. My process is different. I was going somewhere with that, that's right. So I switched to Premiere at the beginning of the year. But because Dark Swamp has been finished like 95%, I haven't edited Dark Swamp in Premiere yet. So that's going to be fun to figure out everything. But I'll have you, one of the best parody birders, to help me with the flippity flaps and others.
Yeah. So how much are you going to pay me?
Yeah. Well,
right?
And
I'll pay you in friendship. It's too sweet to refuse.
No, I'm not taking you on. Next question. Next question.
But yeah, I basically do the same thing.
You can
Yeah.
pick a question.
You.
Alright, these are, okay, 2 of these are pretty much related to Pokemon somewhat.
Go for it.
First, and I'm not sure if this was answered, but do you pay any notice to Pokemon competitively, with Smogging, Cerebi, Maryland, or whatever goes on with that?
not competitively. I'm
All of those sound like Pokemon. Are they Pokemon?
There are actually Pokemon sites that were named after the Japanese name.
Right.
Okay.
So, Jesse's a terrible gamer, and I'm a casual gamer. So I don't compete competitively or anything. I keep the smallest eye on it because I do follow like Cerebi on Twitter, for instance, for Pokemon news in general. But I don't for the competitive stuff. I would suck so much. It would be terrible. I have no idea how to do any of that. And props to anybody who can get their heads around that because that's just not me.
I just want to enter a competition, like straight face, just 6 Garbodors, and just
Okay,
wait.
all right. Here's a somewhat related story to that reminds me. So, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, was it that came out? I think so. Heart Gold and Soul Silver comes out, right? She wants to play a little bit.
Oh no, don't tell this story, it's mean.
So I bought her Soul Silver, and knowing that she likes Charizard, right? And I know her style. She has no idea how to play the games at all, right? So like, she doesn't care. It doesn't matter who she's going up against. She could be going up against Squirtle and Onix. Doesn't matter. Flamethrower. That's all she knows how to use. I got her 6 Charizards, 2 of which with Mega Stones. You know, for 1 for each Charizard and everything. I trained them all up to like level 50 or something, right? To start her off, like I'm talking about like.
I don't think you did all
like
of them.
the equivalent of Palatown or whatever. I
thought they were Charmanders, because there's no way you would have spent that much time.
No, but I did EV train each of them. That's what it was.
That was it.
I EV trained all of them, which is the only thing I know how to do that is related to the competitive thing. And
I imagine
and
that-
I've already forgotten how to do it.
I imagine that it's a room full of Eevees that you just keep battling against, you know? It's cute and sad at the same time.
You're close.
Sacrifice.
You're
It's like
close.
teddy bears,
It's
you know, you
ice
don't want to
cream
hurt them.
So okay, 6 Charmanders. All right, I don't think I trained them up in levels. You're right, but it was the EV stats that I got up for her. They were perfectly like everything, right? And she just never played it. Never.
I was busy.
Never played it. Never played it.
I was making Darth Swamp, okay?
Never played it. Never played it. Never played it. Money, time,
Friendship.
I will never get back.
It's like Yu-Gi-Oh, you know? If someone's like...
So that's the closest I can possibly say to doing anything competitive. I only was able to do the EV stat stuff. No, you know what? Was it Soul Silver? When did they introduce they hadn't introduced the EV stat viewing thing yet, right? Where you could like easily see them.
And you said Mega Stones before too. which
Right,
tells
right.
me
So it must have been Gen 6.
Yeah.
Well, it might have been X and Y that I gave her a bunch of Charmanders.
Or was
it
it-
X and Y?
Or was it?
I think
It was
it
that
was I gave you X.
It was that game where I started out and that chick was like hitting on me a lot. You were like, she just wants to be your friend, and I'm like, I know what's going on.
That is X and Y.
Okay.
There we go.
Sorry,
Wait,
so
we
sorry.
all know it's
I'm so sorry.
I
God, that tells you how much I know. I've actually played like almost all of the main series games. I never did X because I got it for her, and I didn't do Soul Silver because I'm a Ho-Oh guy, and I didn't play
Wait, what?
Ho-Oh. I don't like
Oh, I thought you said because of a ho-oh guy, and I was like, who did something? What? Some guy dressed up as a ho-oh?
No, I have this really childish thing. I mean, look, Lugia is cool and all, but like, Ho is better. And I have this childish thing where, like, when I was a kid, like, we used to, like, argue, like, which one was better, right? Like, you know, first gen it was Blastoise and Charizard on the game, so, you know, when you're a kid, you have to, you're 10 or something, right? But then when Ho and Lugia came on, I'm like, all right, guys, come on. Ho was in the first episode. Come on. Nah, sorry. Lugia, you get a movie, but you know, Ho was in the main series.
And then
First episode, right? Like they made a big deal out of it too, right? And no,
And then never came back.
never came back. No,
Still flying.
They briefly do occasionally mention though, and flash back to it, but
Yeah,
But they never
I
really-
wish Ho-Oh had more of a role in it,
Yeah.
you know? Like, Lugia got a movie, Ho-Oh's like, bye, that's it.
Maybe they're saving it for the series finale.
Maybe in 40 years.
Whenever the hell.
It'll still be going, but in 150 years,
still be 10. Yes.
yeah, we will be dead and gone. Times 5 by the time Pokemon ends. Ash will have like 8 voice actors because they'll all have like grown old and passed and new, you know, like.
We've already shed the voice actors once. Let's not do that again. What's up?
Okay, so the second was going to be a joke, but now going again, like it was supposed to be related, but does like anything pay attention to kind of like affect anything concerning writing or like making episodes in general?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Does like anything in competitive
In competitive affect the...
or like integrate anything from that's like either a Onekids or...
I feel like we would have mentioned EV training. No, we didn't mention EV training, but I think it was something along those lines or something where... I think we don't really, with competitive specifically, we don't really do that too much, but we do like to somewhat keep it relevant to the games, you know, where just the things that Ash does makes no sense in the context of the games, you know, like using flamethrower on water Pokemon, you know.
I won.
Context in the anime, so...
Right? Like Ash in our thing would totally use Pidgeotto up against like Diglett, you know what I mean? Like just stop. But competitively, I can't say that because I really don't know that much about it myself, and that's just I don't even watch competitive games like at all, like almost in general. Twitch plays Pokemon, if you consider that. That's like the closest to esports I have watched, you know. But that was that's not really competitive. It's a different thing entirely, but that's the closest to an esport that I've watched.
And it works.
Yeah.
I drank a Digrat last night, so I think that
Yeah.
qualifies me as a competitive.
In the green room.
In the green room, there are nerdy drinks at the bar you can get. There was a Digrat, and I'm like, I want one of
Twitch plays
those.
Pokemon, yeah. The confusing dick.
So technically, I'm a competitive gamer because I drank a Digrat last night.
Okay. Again, we just said that's not competitive.
I
though,
think
that's esport.
technically.
Thank you for the question, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Why don't you pick?
Because I don't want
I don't like choosing.
to. You're not gonna talk. You might as well pick.
That's true. Yeah.
Most embarrassing con stories.
They're all 18 plus.
That's very true. We went to Kineticon this year, and this isn't really an embarrassing story, but we had a panel like this that was just, it wasn't at this hour, but it was, you know, like...
10-ish?
No, 6 or 7. No, what?
No, it was like maybe
It was
8.
it was late night, but it wasn't considered 18 plus.
Yeah. I remember it was
we
after.
considered it 18 plus, and people
Yeah.
started asking personal questions like that. We just went right into it.
Yeah.
But I think at 11:30 a.m. and there's definitely kids in the audience, you might get in some trouble.
That baby's gonna repeat what they heard at preschool or whatever
Right,
years
right.
from now, and
Right.
we'll get in trouble.
Unless you can think of a PG-13.
Well, yeah, I was Anime Boston like 4 years ago. It was after the Pokemon Bridge panel. It was like 10 or 11 at night, and I was walking in the con center, and there was this dude and this chick, and the dude was like super drunk, and so being supported by the chick. They've both been drinking, I can tell, but they walk, and then right as we're gonna pass each other, the dude just pukes like in front of me, and I'm like, oh my god, and the chick's like, oh my god, are you okay? Oh my god, you're Nowaking, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care, is that guy okay? Like, that was like very surreal. I also went to the bathroom once before our Otakon panel, and there was no toilet paper in the stall, and I didn't hear anyone around me. I was like, crap, haha. And so I kind of yelled out. I was like, hello, is anyone here? And one voice was like, I'm here. I'm like, oh my god, there's no toilet paper. Can you please give me some? And she's like, yeah, sure. So she slips some under the door. I'm like, thank you so much. And then I go to wash my hands, and she's washing her hands. And I'm like, thank you so much, I really appreciate it. And she's like, sure. I'm like, oh my god, you're Nowaking. And I'm like, yes, you heard me poop. How are you doing?
I've got a story.
Sure, yeah.
It's not 18 plus. So I was accompanying Jesse to a Brony convention, and that
All
in
of
and
these stories
itself,
start the same and end the same.
that in and of itself is an embarrassing story, I feel. But let me give you some more details. So we're at a Brony convention, and this guy, we're trying to go back to our room, and this guy is like following us, right? And apparently, this convention center. On the bottom floor was the Brony convention, where they belong. And on the top floor was an official Pokemon trade card game tournament going on, right? We went to the wrong thing, in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
But this guy must have been searching for the Pokemon one, and he thought we were going to it. And we were just heading back to our hotel room, and like, we had already gotten to the hotel. Like, we're clearly not going to the convention center, and he's just still following us, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And he says, you guys going to the Pokemon tournament? Like, no, it's that way. He said, oh, okay. We keep walking towards our hotel. He's still following us. And it took It's over there, buddy. Yeah. And at that very same con, there's another story that we had with. I mean, look, God bless. I love, our fans and stuff. But this specific, hobby or whatever attracts people of a certain type, and it's totally fine. I'm socially awkward. I probably am somewhere on the autistic spectrum somewhere. Like I totally get it, right? But we were at this very same Brony convention, and it was the first day. We'd just gotten our badges, and we're trying to make it back. And this guy who was walking around with a shirt on with half-naked humanoid Vinyl Scratch, which is her horse character, right, in the Brony community, comes up to us. His eyes are crossed, and we're clearly trying to get back, right? And he just stops us, and I'm like, I'm sorry, we gotta go. And he goes to Jesse, it's you!
I'm getting flashbacks. I don't need that in my life.
That was interesting.
But I'm totally desensitized to whatever happens at a BronyCon, so I'm like, cool, hey, I give him a hug, and I leave. And I forget that Mike is not used to what happens at BronyCon, so I look over and he's like horrified. And I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, did you not see what just happened? I'm like, oh, that's normal. He doesn't go to horse cons with me anymore.
It's sad that that's normal, and you're just so used to it. Oh God. Yeah, we saw him later on in the con. He didn't bother us again, but he would just be walking around talking to himself. Like there's nobody else. At first I thought he was talking to somebody because there was somebody, but they were just walking parallel to him. They just had nothing to do with him. Then they eventually split off, and he just kept talking. Didn't have an earpiece in, just kept talking. Maybe he's a secret CIA agent who's just really
That's it.
Vinyl Scratch.
That's it. Oh my God.
Yeah, there you go.
We cracked
Found
the code.
it. Yeah, there you go. He thought we were secret agents, and "it's you" was the key, was the secret, like,
The code word.
Code word, right?
Yeah.
There
We
you go.
totally missed it.
You all strike me CIA.
Yeah. Oh yeah, very serious here.
Any other questions? We're getting more questions.
Good. That's great.
Okay, you choose.
Choose you.
How could you not choose the rest of them? Wow,
I'm sorry.
you're such a jerk.
So mean. What's up?
Alright, so I asked a few of our Bridger friends some questions they want to ask you, and Harry Fiddlesticks would like to know.
Oh boy.
Would you guys plan on doing any in-character Let's Plays like Jerry does with Batman?
Oh man. Maybe. First of all, our characters, we probably have to stick to Pokemon Bridge stuff, I think. Just so it'd be a character people recognize. Jerry can actually do characters that other people know, like that general people know, because he's talented as hell.
Yeah.
But we'd have to do Pokemon Bridge, and all of my Pokemon Bridge characters are very loud. Loud, so loud that if I were to do any of them, I would have to move the microphone away! Just to speak at a regular volume. So, with the it's also very tough on the throat and everything. So we want to do something. We wanted to do a Pokemon Let's Play or something, like just like do classic, like blue version.
Nuzlocke!
Right. Oh God, you hate me, don't you? It would be fun, but we're just worried about copyright stuff.
That's true. Yeah, we want to be sure if we make something that it won't like immediately get taken down because
Yeah,
then
Nintendo's been weird about Pokemon Let's Plays, right? So, but I know some people have done it, so I don't know how they got away with it, but we're not going to do something that's going to be a massive waste of our time.
Would you like to know Truth or Deal's question?
No, I really don't. Okay, so what is it? What is it? One?
What is your opinion on Bernie Sanders?
You know,
Truth is our friend. We know this person.
Bernie Sanders is awesome, but I don't want to like ostracize anybody that doesn't like Bernie Sanders, because if you don't like him, that's fine. We disagree, but that's fine. Yeah. Okay. So we'll talk about that another time. Freaking truth, though. I
We'll have a Bernie Sanders fan.
Yeah.
At an anime convention.
All right. Anybody else? Yep. You pick.
But I picked next
I'm picking you to pick someone.
Crap. I can't.
So in a way, I did pick.
Yeah. Dipper.
I'm not responsible for her choices.
So in one of the Pokemon Bridge episodes, you guys got to work with Verbalize. What was that like?
Oh,
Amazing.
beautiful.
That man.
Yeah, we did. Well, actually, 2 Pokemon Bridge episodes. 3. He's been in 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But that was I know which one you're talking about, which is the one that he actually had a main role in that episode, right?
Because we hate underutilizing our friends. They're
Yes.
so talented, So we're like, Purple Eyes, we want you to do this
We
one
need to get-
line.
We're gonna get Valero back in. He might be in the episode we're going to show you today. We want to get Martin again. We didn't utilize him very well either. That would be really cool. If we find a really good role for Scott Kaiser, that would be cool. Yeah, so Purple Eyes. We wrote Dr. Janitor without him in mind, if you could believe that. And almost all the lines are almost exactly the same to how we wrote them. Okay, it's not that we didn't let him improv, it's just that, like, apparently those lines were perfectly suited to him, and we were trying to think of, like, who would do this character well? Purple Eyes, right? And we get it in the call, and it's beautiful. We've never had anybody blow like it out of the park, hit it out of the park as well.
Blow it out of the park.
Anyone, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody's ever like hit it out of the park as well. That wasn't in our own group, that as much as we had intended the lines as Purple Eyes did, which was just amazing. So it was really great working with him. We're friends with him. We've hung out with him. We got to see his kittens. The little kittens he's been tweeting on Twitter a couple months ago. Oh, they're so tiny. Look, I have the most expensive phone on the market right now. This thing could do slow motion video, like legit slow motion, not like where like you just take a 30 frames per second video and slow it down, and then it looks like crap. No, I'm talking about like 120 frames per second, legit slow motion. And I got like the cat chasing its tail, the cat chasing a laser pointer.
You haven't lived until you've seen a slow motion video of two cats colliding in the air because they were trying to get the same fuzzy thing. They just.
It was great.
So cute and sad. Like EV training. It all comes back to EV training. Thank you for your question.
Purple Eyes is great.
Yeah. He's so good.
It was great working with him. He didn't ask us, by the way, when he put Brock in that one video of his, the Soul Eater thing. He didn't ask us. He was just like, hey, did you see it? I'm like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't want your Soul Eater stuff. He said, watch it.
So it's canon now. He's just collecting all the dead abridged series.
Well, that's because he must have been paying attention to our show where we said that Brock went to hell.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. He tied that in there, so now there is an abridged multiverse. I love Purple Eyes. This guy is like, you'd never, some people who are like funny aren't necessarily intelligent. Purpose is like everything. He's a full package. He's intelligent, he's funny, he's charismatic, he's amazing dude.
He's pretty good looking too. Like if you've seen the guy.
Ladies, he's taken. But but I'm not. So anyways.
Nice transition.
I'm also not Purple Eyes. But anyways, but he's like amazing. I can't say enough great things about Purps. Love him to death. Yeah. And it was great working with him. You can pick again.
What? This isn't fair. Who hasn't asked a question yet? You.
What was one of your favorite jokes to have to say? That's
a good question.
I like a lot of Ash's catchphrases or repeat lines, like, I guess we'll never know. Whatever, or...
You don't know.
God. I really liked voicing the grandma in episode 21. Snake road. Very cool, that was fun. And when I actually started putting it together, it was like in the editing process. That's one of the most rewarding things about the editing process is when you start seeing everything come together and the jokes actually make more sense than when you recorded the lines individually. It's cool. What about you? Yeah.
We haven't done it in a while, but I really like when Misty talks fast because they're very fun and I get to do different deliveries every time and see what you guys think.
Yeah, we need more shots for that, but
yeah.
I guess if she's talking faster.
Yeah.
Remind me, we'll do more of that.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I also love whenever Revy says anything because that's always just a fun voice.
Yeah, I love Revy in Pokemon Bridge.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Don't tempt me. We'll put her in there somewhere.
It would make more sense to put her on Bridge than to put Pokemon Bridge in Dark Swamp. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Crossover.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, here's a small spoiler for Dark Swamp. It's not really a spoiler, it's just a fun thing that you'll get to see in the future. In episode 8 of Dark Swamp, there's going to be, that's how far I've scripted it out, and 8 is not even close, and we're on episode 4. The whole series is written, but in episode 8 there's a shot where Revy's in her room, and on the TV there's really, I'm going to put really staticky, so you can't really tell what's on there, but it's going to be an episode of Pokemon Bridge, it's in the Dark Swamp universe.
Pokemon Bridge is a show.
Is a show, on Adult Swim kind of channel, you would watch it on TV, but her TV is so effed up that, you can't tell what it is, but there'll be tiny snippets where you can kind of hear it, so you guys will know what that is.
And for anybody who does like Dark Swamp, I know that we've gone, if you've kept up with us, we've talked a lot about it on Twitter and at panels and stuff, saying oh, it's coming. It's been 2.5 years that we've been saying that. Legit, it's coming this time. We found out what was stalling it, and we're taking every step that we can to push it forward. It's probably not going to come out before the end of the year, unfortunately, but we're going to try everything we can to do that. And if not, we're aiming for January. Okay, so that's like short term. We are trying to get it done.
Yeah.
Legit, and not like soon, like the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridged episode or anything. We're talking like legit, it's soon, okay?
Yeah. It just sucks because like when you're working with friends and they take a long time to do something, you can't like, you know, fire them or like, you know,
Yeah.
be mean to them.
And it was very nice for them to offer to do the work for free anyway.
Right, exactly. So like you can't complain, even though it's been 1.5 years. You know, like you can't. I don't like confrontation. I don't like being mean to my friends.
But
you know,
at this
so.
point, like we recently just actually made our group a business, like a legit business, right, LLC or whatever. And so I'm CEO, and I need to like push the projects forward sometimes when they're not getting moved forward. And it's like, look, we gotta do this. Your channel's dying. It needs something to
Put a horse song on it.
That's a temporary measure. That's a band-aid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so yeah, you know, it's coming.
Yeah.
Talked about Darth Swamp, I think, enough on Pokemon Bridge panel, right? Yeah.
And I'm COO, so I'm like pigeon.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
I wanted to put a little pigeon on my business cards, but I forgot. Sure, yeah. Who hasn't asked a question? Because I forget. I have a terrible memory. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Sure.
So first off, Onekids, I gotta say when you mentioned the spectrum thing, I'm actually on it as well. So I mean, that's...
I'm undiagnosed. I'm not actually on it, on it, like as in actually diagnosed. But I'm telling you, I know the signs. Like I had I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt too much, but when I was in 5th and 6th grade, I went to a YMCA daycare after school kind of thing, and there was one of my best friends there at the time was severely autistic, and I was like one of the only people who could calm him down when he was having an episode. So like I know the signs and everything, and like I'm fairly certain. I know self-diagnosing isn't great, but like I know the signs. I don't think I'm
You
like...
took a course in psychiatry in
I
college.
took Psych 100. I did. But
I did.
But anyways, go on, continue.
Oh no, that's fine. I mean, that's fantastic. You know, elementary school for me was just super awkward. The worst thing, and it's like, that's fine. I've grown out of it. And...
I like to think that it gets usually a little bit better after high school and everything, because in high school, people just don't get it. Or like in college, the jocks, they keep to their own. You know, they're too busy partying and stuff, right? Like, so whatever. And now the nerds have their own parties by college time, right? So
they're too busy being awesome. Right?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, and then...
There should be a it gets better thing for autistic people, honestly, like legit, because I think a lot of autistic kids who even aren't diagnosed or whatever, like go through a lot of crap in school, and just because it's really not good for that kind of situation, you know, it's very, very much handicaps you in that way. Go on.
Oh yeah, and then a super quick question. Favorite Pokemon?
Hello.
Charizard.
Oh, Charles. Mine is Bulbasaur. I don't know if you want to...
Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur. It was me who voiced that. Yeah. Do you think that the chick would voice the girl? No, that was me. Bulbasaur.
Because we were watching the original episode where...
Yeah, no, we actually weren't watching it. We were recalling it. I was like, yeah, so what episode do you guys want to do next? We could do Bulbasaur or whatever. And you're like, I don't remember that episode. Oh, it's got that chick in it who kind of talks like this all about Bulbasaur and wanted to protect him. And so we kind of made fun of the original voice actor. She did fine.
She did fine. It's just we were just picking on someone just to pick on someone. She did.
Flanderizing it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just out of the ordinary. Like Bulma button butter.
Bulba butt letter.
I couldn't know.
Yeah. Bulbasaur is so cute.
Yeah.
But now
he was my
he's
favorite
serious.
Pokemon as a kid of the starters.
Yeah.
I because look, I was thinking strategic really. I was thinking like, okay, you get Bulbasaur, right? Like it'll get you past the first gym, the second gym, even the third gym. It's not very effective against Bulbasaur. So Bulbasaur's got you all the way till at least the 4th gym, right? By that point, you've got lots of opportunity to catch other Pokemon. You choose Charmander, okay? Good luck with Brock. You have to do the Butterfree route. You have no other option really, unless there's Mankey, right? Like
Unless you Ember everything.
Nidoran, right? Like Nidoran with double kick. Isn't that another way people got around Brock if they chose? Either that or like Jesse would do, raise it to level 30 or something, and just
Yes.
Ember all the time.
Ember.
I wasn't joking. This is how she does it.
That's how I play, man.
One time-
I win.
One time, like a long time ago, several years ago, we played a online, like I was watching her screen kind of thing while she was playing a ROM hack of Fire Red Leaf Green called Ash's Quest, and it's in the same engine and everything is fire red and leaf green, but it follows the anime storyline. So you get to do every single episode in season 1, and it is so cool.
That was very cool.
It is so cool.
But then we glitched it and...
Yeah, and she used Ember on everything, and it was just pathetic. Pathetic.
It was awesome, I think that's what you mean to say. Pretty awesome, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Amber.
That was about it, really.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Why are you making me... Okay,
Yes, every time she's not used to it.
Okay.
not...
I'd like one of Ash and one of Ravi. Ash, this is a convention. So
It is?
I have to ask, gym leaders,
What? Where?
Sabrina, Erica, Sisti, knock up purple battle.
Battle all of them. You gotta get the badges, right?
So you have to choose.
I don't know. What is purple? And also, what is battle? And also, what is the third thing you said? I don't know. Sometimes I like to battle, but also, no, it's just that. Yeah, I'll have to go with that. Battle. Yes.
Since when do you actually battle gym leaders?
Listen, I battle and I win them, honestly. Yes, all the time. What about you? You don't win the battles. No, that's me. That's me. Yeah, and you had a question for her, right? The big boob girl?
Thank you.
Favorite mission with Rock?
There's so many. I don't know. There was,
The battle?
yeah, we battled a lot. There was this one time that, like, what happened? When I get into character as Revy, I swear constantly. So when I'm on battles like this, I have to talk very slowly so that I catch my Nope. Got it. There was this one time that, like, we were on the ship.
In band camp?
Just one time at band camp. And, it was so funny. Because I duct taped Rock to the front of the boat while it was going. He looks so stupid and wet. That was fun. That's my favorite mission. Mostly ones where Rock gets hurt.
Okay. You didn't answer the question. What's your favorite battle?
My favorite battle is just when I beat the crap out of people.
Okay, me too. Okay, next question. I'm still in character here. Okay, yeah, what's up?
I have questions for Jessie.
Oh, I like
Oh, okay. Well, guess what? Jesse's not here right now. She's off with James and me out doing something, so why don't you ask Ash a question, okay?
First, how did you get involved with these people?
a mistake.
You think we're just people?
We're gods. No. It was, I guess, yeah, like he said, it was like a sausage fest. You know, it's just him and Jerry just like writing scripts
You
together.
don't know if Jerry has a sausage.
I do, because you guys won't shut up about it. We've had sleepovers. Okay, they're just in that next room. I'm trying to read a magazine. It's like, shut up, guys.
Okay, so, no, like, legit, like, Jerry is amazing with voice. I'm sorry, I'll let you answer in a second.
Sure,
but, like, Jerry's amazing with, like, impersonations and stuff, and, you know, like, the Faces of Evil, Zelda thing that was used in YouTube loops a lot. Yeah, okay, so Jerry does a really good impression of the king.
Like, really good?
And so we'll just be in the middle of talking or whatever, we'll hear, enough dinner. Enough dinner for today. You saved me. Jerry will just cough it out like constantly, and it's the most funny thing ever.
He'll wake me up as the king and say, "Hello, Jesse. It's time for dinner." I'm like, Jerry, please, it's too early for this.
And we've got things that like aren't even in Faces of Evil. We develop like the king is apparently very racist or whatever.
Because he would be, because he's the king of like all this nation. And just, oh my god, Jerry's so good with characters, and you can tell that from Batman Plays Batman. He like creates this whole character for Batman that isn't actually like canon, you know, where he's like Batman's like a man-child in Batman Plays Batman. He's very like, you know, so he just went with the king and just went for it. We have to use it somehow.
I don't know how we're gonna make it.
Somehow.
I want to make it a reference to Faces of Evil.
Yes, we have to make it like different, but like
We've already got enough in-jokes, though, that aren't like dinner or, well,
Yeah.
no, a lot of them do revolve around dinner. But anyways,
He's
go on.
really excited
Here's the
for
question. I'm
dinner.
so sorry.
He's really excited for dinner. Yeah, so it was just them, and they did one episode of Pokemon Bridge, and then realized that, oh, there's a lot of girls in Pokemon, like a lot of girls. Like, we need a girl. But we also need a girl who can write. And at the time I was, you know, like one of the ones, I don't want to sound like full of myself, but I was one of the, you know.
She was the only option.
That's a good way to put it. I was their only choice.
So we went with her because we had to.
The end.
Yay! Did I happen to be on the team?
I feel like an equal. So great.
So if anybody wants to replace her, just saying.
We're holding auditions to replace her. Like, that's the secret. Yeah. That answer your question adequately? Yeah. Cool. Alright. Yep.
Okay, I love the Jesse and James dynamic, how they're like
Thank you.
a middle-aged couple that's totally about to fall apart. Can I get a little bit of that? Can you guys have like an argument?
Yes.
What would we argue about?
What this thing should be called?
Oh, that's the stick!
That's a wrench sword.
It's the stick.
It's a wrench sword, you
It's a
idiot. What? Of course, you wouldn't even know what we should fight about.
It's the stick.
Stick. I hate when you say that. Why do you say it like that? I don't.
Stick me!
Not tonight.
Stick me, Jesse!
Why
You
not?
never stick me when I want you to!
I get weekdays. You get weekends. Okay. We switch off.
Okay, when weekends are shorter.
What?
You give me the weekends.
Okay.
Those are shorter.
What?
No, I want the week.
What? You want a whole week?
No, I want it. Just give me the stick!
You wait your turn.
No, give me the stick. No, okay.
For the record,
If it was 18,
I'm not adjuster.
if it was 18 plus, we could have gone a whole
other.
more further than that. Let's not. Okay, there you go. Okay, great. All right, awesome. Any other questions? What's up?
I'm sorry if I'm.
Go on.
Yeah.
We don't have a very full room here, so
Fair.
please, if you got a question, it's totally fine.
Yeah, this is an hour and a half panel.
I remember you, when watching your playthrough of Honey Pop, you said you knew some of the voice actresses and you were worried about, have you met any of them since and had some awkward moments?
Yeah, I know, like, for those who don't know, Honey Pop is this dating sim.
I know.
And
Oh, hold on. Who here has seen our playthrough of Honey Pop?
oh my god, wow, that's cool, okay.
About half.
Alright.
That's how many people I was expecting to say that they didn't hear Pokemon Bridge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is weird.
Cool.
Weird, okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the support.
Thank you.
Go on.
I
Yeah.
might have seen it like 5 times.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. We put a lot of effort into that. I wish it was a little bit more profitable. Honestly, I'm not sure if Control Rollers is going to survive over the next year. We're going to try everything we can to keep it afloat, but we'll see. Anyways, go on. Yeah.
But yeah, so this dating sim came out, and like half the cast is like my friends, you know. So I was like, just bullcrapping on Twitter, like, oh my god, I want to get. I don't know actually. Yeah. But yeah, so I got I was like, I gotta get this game so I can like date all my friends, you know? And my friend Steve like bought it for me. I'm like, oh my god, Steve! And that's actually what, you know, if he hadn't gotten it for me and I hadn't played it right then, it probably wouldn't have gotten on the channel because, you know, you would have, if I had asked you beforehand.
The Control Rollers had been in development for about 3 months, right? We were almost ready to launch, but not quite. And Jesse just recorded it one night, and I was like, Jesse, why'd you do that? We weren't ready for this. Put it out, I guess. You know, it's Valentine's Day, perfect time to do a dating sim.
Of course,
right?
yeah.
Yes, that's what we
Yeah,
want.
I'm so glad it worked out to release on Valentine's Day because that's a great time for the dating sim. But yeah, so my friend Bree is Audrey in that game, and she's you know, was very big into like retweeting my playthroughs and stuff, and she was like, "You better romance me." And I'm like, "You scare my vagina." Audrey's very scary. God, Bree's great, but Audrey's Audrey. Igo's voice actress actually has said that she likes my playthrough of it. I'm like, thank you. But the last episode wasn't out yet. I was like, thank you. And in my head, I was like, don't watch the last episode. Because, but yeah. And nothing awkward, just funny that like people, like, you know, the actresses come up to me and they know me and they're like,
Tiffany, one day.
one day, Tiffany. One day.
All right. Yeah, great. Thank you.
I know her voice actors like hook you up.
You can choose a question though instead.
Okay, same thing. Different.
Actually, going back to your playthrough of Honey Pop, you made
Sure.
a reference when you met the oldest one, the blonde. I can't remember her name.
Jessie.
Yeah. Did you
It's hard
ever
to
figure out
forget.
if that was a reference to you? Because like she had another name, but she said all of her friends called me Jessie. She said her name was Misty, but all my friends called me Jessie. Did you actually figure out if that was?
It's the other way actually. Her name's Jessie, but her friends call her Misty.
That was it.
Yeah, that was like.
I don't think that wasn't a reference. That was just a coincidence. I'm pretty sure.
It's just a really specific coincidence. Like, I was freaking out because I was like, who told you? You know? That's crazy, you know, that I happened to be playing the game and that happened, you know?
Yeah, I think that was just a coincidence, though.
Yeah, there's no way no way.
Look directly into the camera here. Hey, Honey Pop developers, if that was on purpose, please get in contact with us. We'll promote your next game if it's half as good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah.
We'll bang all your anime girls.
Yeah. All right, awesome. So, pick the next question.
Cool. Yeah.
How did you get roped into doing DJ Horse?
Against all of my wishes and yelling and dragging her away from it, she did it.
It pulled me back.
It reined her in.
Nay.
Like a horse.
Aha. Rob, my friend. You're sorry? Don't be sorry about it. Great fun. My friend Rob did the Epic Cupcake Time videos, Epic Wub Time, like all those were him. And we became friends because we're both writers for internet content, and he wanted my opinion on a script. And he sent me Epic Cupcake Time, and I was like, oh my god, dude, this is really great, like, you should totally do this. And he did it, and it was great. So then they did Epic Pie Time, and I knew nothing about Lionel at this point, you know, I just knew that she was that horse that everyone was like super excited for, even though she didn't talk or do anything. And I was like, oh, cool, this is really good script too. Oh, that like, the horse DJ whatever is in there that touches the records, you know, like, I have some free time, like, tomorrow if you, or anytime this week if you, like, wanted to throw a line at her. I was just throwing that out there, I knew nothing about her, and Rob was like, yeah. Actually, yeah, whoa, you would really fit her. And I was like, really? Oh, I was just, you know, throwing it out there. He's like, no, I'm gonna have my DJ friend, like, look at the script and write a line for you, because I think that'd be a really good idea. So, I went into the recording, you know, like over Skype, and I was like, all set up, and like, okay, you know, what voice type do you want, what personality, how old, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, just be yourself. And I was like, just be my, like, no, like, what voice, like, high, low, and Rob was like, no, literally just be you, and it's gonna be awesome. And I did, and now people confuse me for a horse, because we're too similar. And
it irritates the crap out of me, just as your friend watching people go up to high vinyl. She's not a horse. You want me to give you a carrot? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, she's not a horse.
No one's ever said that, but I want someone.
It will happen. It will happen because you are encouraging bad behavior.
Do you want a sugar cube? Who were we talking to last night? Is Jello here?
No.
We were talking to Jello last night, Jello Apocalypse, he's a guest here as well. And he was talking about how he met a horse, you know, like, not met a horse, but like there was a horse, and he's just freaked out by horses now because like he was giving it a mince, and it like put its whole mouth, like his hand was like all in the horse, and the tongue was like doing the weird thing that horse tongues do. So now he doesn't like horses. Oh my god.
And he's terrified of you.
Yeah, he went at me, he was like, oh.
Alright, great. Yeah, what's up?
It's somewhat of a two-part question.
Sure.
When you were creating Misty's character involving her liking fire types, when in the original anime she likes water, was it to somewhat relate to Youmacon because you like fire types like Charizard?
Yeah, it was
exactly
partly that. Yeah, it was partly that, and also once we started thinking about it, we wanted to create that backstory for Misty.
As to why was she alone?
Yeah, like why was she alone? Oh, well, her family's, you know, rich and they own Cerulean City and they are water trainers. So if she were into fire types, they would kick her out, and that's why she was alone. So it started as like that would be funny because Jessie likes those things. But then we like got more into it. We were like, yeah, okay, that could really work because if we work this into it, then it creates more of a character for Misty rather than just I'm angry about things, you know.
And initially when we started out as well, wanted to personalize each of the trio characters to the voice actors, so each one of us worked on that character. It's not really so much like that anymore. I think I'm the only person who can write Ash appropriately. Almost every Ash line is me writing it, usually. Not all the time, but usually. Okay.
It's a tissue.
Thank you. We're just gonna pause and stare at her.
No. This is an Assassin's Creed simulator. Yeah, you're not confident the whole time.
Okay, so we personalized it to each of our characters. So Jesse got in charge of Misty initially, and Jerry had, it was in charge of Brock. But I think nowadays we pretty much write for all the characters, except they'll write an Ash line and they'll tell me okay, this is what a normal person would say. Now make Ash say it.
Yeah. Make it stupider.
Make it stupider. And they'll just be like, I went to the bus. It's like, I have gone to the bus, dude, and when I did that, I was at the bus.
Perfect. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, thank you. Good question. Any other questions? Yes, what's up?
Well, I can't wait for 30 years in the future when you get to the episode where Misty can use flamethrower. But
wait, an episode where Misty can use that?
it's a Togepi episode where it evolves into Togechick and Misty calls out Gyarados and has it use flamethrower.
Sorry about in advance, when she comes back, whatever, or?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's why I like 30 years in the future.
Just do a sequel to episode 15, done.
And then she says, water Pokemon can use fire moves too. Not Gyarados can use fire moves, some water Pokemon can use fire moves. Water Pokemon can use fire moves.
Oh my
She
god.
figured it out.
Crack the code. If you just train it enough, it'll learn how to use fire.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
Yeah. I feel like our Misty would be desperate enough that she would tape a flamethrower to a Gyarados, just with duct tape, just around, and just be like, it's a fire type now! She would do that.
That's an edit!
Just take that and do that next.
A really bad edit, stuck on there.
Flamethrower to Garrett's it's a fire type now.
We'll get Stefan to draw it, or Hammer. Yeah.
What is your most frustrating to rewarding behind the scene, editing or directing? Or
There is a bit in the new episode, which we'll be showing shortly, that wasn't even difficult, it just took time to get right. You'll see it's a visual, it has to do with Team Rocket. And you'll know exactly what it is as soon as you see it. You know what I'm talking about, right?
How long did that take?
Not that long, actually. It was only about an hour or two.
Wow.
No, but I was very satisfied with how that came out. Yeah, you'll see. Trust me, you'll know it when you see it. You'll know it. There's a couple visual edits in this episode, but you'll know this one when you see it, yeah.
Just things like that. You, in the episode 15, you had to go through and recolor all the faces.
Okay, but that wasn't a visual edit. That was me correcting really badly ripped footage.
But it's still an edit, and it was satisfying to see all of it together, wasn't it?
I mean...
Wasn't it?
Yes. Okay, so episode 15, for those who don't know, is the Pokemon Advanced episode, which is one of the reasons that I'm kind of I want to do the thing with Togetic, but I don't, But when we ripped it, there were some coloration lines. Whenever there was a solid color for more than just a couple pixels, there was a vertical line kind of going up and down where it was discolored and weird. And I don't know anything about DVD ripping, so I don't know how to fix that. I know there's ways, I know I don't know, and I know I would have spent more time trying to learn how to fix it than to what I actually did, which still took a ton of time. What I did is I took every single frame, took it out, took a picture of it, brought it into Photoshop, and recolored the entire thing. All of it.
Mike put so
He's horrified.
much.
He's horrified up front.
Mike, he was talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Version. He's I spent hours trying to figure out what the music is, and I'm I don't doubt that. Mike put so much crazy amounts of work into editing, it's ridiculous. This guy's a champ.
In episode 20 of Pokemon Bridge, which was not advanced, it was the Pikachu episode, there were a couple shots at nighttime that were just really pixelated because of the brightness being turned down and everything. So I recolored those too, and you'll notice that Pikachu in the shot where he says, "I am ready to return to you, carrying me and doing as I say, human." That line, that shot, it's completely recolored, and Pikachu looks perfect. Okay, he is perfectly solidly yellow. It's amazing. Sorry if that made anybody deaf. I'm sorry. All my characters are loud. I wasn't lying.
Yeah, except Barbara. That's your only character that isn't ridiculously loud. Yeah.
Okay, great. Any other questions? Yeah, what's up?
So we asked earlier what your favorite lines were from like Pokemon Abridged. I'm wondering what Jesse's favorite line with Housing Ultimate Abridged was.
Ooh,
Was it one you did or was it just one in general?
that's a good question. I really liked B, I eat people. Like that was, Taka delivered that like perfectly. I really like bees like cannons also, because that's the line that everyone
What is it with
loves.
these bees? They're very weird.
Bees love cannons. I don't know if you know this. They love honey and cannons. That's all bees love.
I gotcha, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very powerful line, and when they were directing me, they were like, "This is the line that everyone's gonna quote," and I'm like, "You don't know that." And it was very fun, very fun.
And bees don't eat people, they sting people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Nick Cage was actually talking about. He was like, "Not the bees," and that was the swear word was actually flying around in there.
Actually, could go either way because there were women and bees.
Yes, there were. There's women in this. What's up?
So speaking of, since you actually said that was your favorite line,
Yeah.
I eat people. Have you actually seen the shirt?
Oh yeah, totally. I own a Bees Like Cannons shirt, and I can't wear it at cons because it swears, but I wear it for like the 18+ males. I forgot it. Damn. Oh well. Well, it's now it's.
You can't swear, damn.
It's the context, like if I'm walking around.
The most mild, of all the words. Most
Yeah, if I'm walking around with the B word on my shirt, it's different, than just like.
Do you guys have an 18+ panel this year?
No, we've actually never done an official 18+ panel for ourselves yet. Like I said, the Kineticon panel, I don't know if you were here, I think you walked in late, but I said at Kineticon this year we accidentally ran an 18+ panel where it was after that point, and we said to the whole room, hey, and nobody here is like under 18, right? And one person said, well, technically I'm like 17 and a half. And I'm
And we're like, we're gonna pretend you don't exist.
Right, and we just launched right into it, yeah. Because it was like 10:30 at night, nobody was, it was gonna be 18+.
Yeah, no one cared, so we were like, alright.
Yeah.
That was about sex.
we have-
It was a fun panel.
It was an extremely fun panel.
Yeah. So we'd love
stories,
to.
The
but-
stories we can tell. Anyways.
We'd love to, but we just want to be sure that we can filter them. We don't want to if 4 people show up. Who's Pokemon Verge?
I would love to do if we were at a con like this, do an Abridgers After Dark panel or something like that. That way it's all of us rather than just Team 4-Star, but I don't want to hijack their panel, you know what I mean? So that's their thing, and so I don't think that's gonna happen. But eventually, maybe one day, something. Yeah, that'd be cool. Any other questions? Any other? You? What's up?
Okay, no, there are 2, but they're pretty much joke ones. So, as New Yorkers, what do you think of Detroit's game Detroit's Conies? Because I think we may have stole those from you guys.
Conies?
Yeah,
The
Conies.
place in the food court? I haven't tried them yet. But is it a reference to Coney Island?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I mean,
But is it actually in Coney Island, or is it just a reference to it, as if like New York style pizza chains all throughout the country that are nowhere near New York and they don't taste anything like New York pizza?
Yeah.
You ever see those?
I
lived in Colorado, okay, and it's a mile high, and anything you put in the oven is not going to come out the right way if you do it the same way. Nobody can make good pizza in Colorado. I'm sorry, nobody can do it, and it's just disgusting. It's disgusting, but it's New York style. Yeah, okay. I'm so picky about my pizza. Listen, we were in Chicago. We had a layover in Chicago on the way to Youmacon, and I just was like, you people and your casserole pizza. Okay, I can't handle that. I am a New Yorker through and through. All right, and that's not pizza.
there's pizza in my veins. I'm a New Yorker.
But no, I haven't tried Coney's yet, but I'm going to. Didn't you? You had a burger or something, right?
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. I mean, if it's a reference to Coney Island.
Oh, she just threw down.
No, it's because I believe that it was.
Good when I asked you.
I was starving, man. I would have eaten like a rat off the floor and been like, that wasn't bad, I believe that it's a reference to Coney Island because Coney Island, I haven't gone, but if it's anything like what I think, you go there and the food is like $1 million and it tastes like crap, because it's what you'll eat at a.
No.
No?
No.
Is the food good?
Don't crap on Coney Island. No.
What is
First of all, you're in New York, so you would be happy if you're from Detroit to eat the crap that comes from New York, okay? You should be more than overjoyed, all right? Now, that's if that were the case, and it's not the case, because Coney Island is a home of the Nathan's hot dogs, where you do the hot dog contests and everything every year, and those are delicious.
Hot
They are
dogs? That's
amazing.
Nathan's though.
What do you think Coney's is? Coney's is hot dogs.
Yeah, but it's
That's
not
their thing,
Nathan's.
right? Is it Coney's hot dogs,
It's
right?
not
Like that's their thing?
It's not Nathan's hot dogs though.
I know, but
It's Cody's hot dogs. Nathan's hot dogs are good, okay? If you see Nathan's, it's good hot dogs. I don't. I have opinions about things. So, Nathan's is good hot dogs. Is that what I'm saying? No!
No, he's talking to phrase.
I'm very comfortable. I'm so comfortable down here that it's fine. I don't. Anyway, so Nathan's is good hot dogs. Alright, I'm not trying to say that Nathan's is bad hot dogs. I would never say that. I love Nathan's. Nathan's is a good hot dog. I'm just saying the Cody's was garbage in the food court. It's not an insult. This is my space.
you are wrong.
You can't just come here in the home.
All right, listen. Coney's is a hot dog place.
This is my safe zone.
Nathan's is the hot dog place.
Okay.
All right.
Alright.
But Coney's is based off that.
What?
So therefore,
No one told me that. It's garbage.
I just don't know if Coney's is a place that has a location on Coney Island.
Oh, okay.
But it's based off that.
Well, why would no one tell me this before I spoke?
Because this is fun. It's funny to see you mess up.
This is like blanket forts when you're a kid, you know?
I can kind of see through down here. Can you guys see me?
No, not really.
All right, so I shouldn't be like doing anything inappropriate down here because you can kind of see. All right.
Mike, what are you doing? I see you there. You'll never believe what was happening.
Hey,
Jerry, you're here.
What's that?
you're done.
We're done?
Your time's up.
Really?
No, I have a panel at 1.
Do you mind if you show us a video real quick? Because we were
Go
supposed
ahead.
to. Okay, it's less than 10, less than 10.
Yeah, but you can have that.
Okay,
After
I'm so sorry.
We're sorry about that.
He comes in, we're under the table. What the heck? Oh my God.
We're normal.
Would you guys like to see a new episode? You've been very patient.
That's a way to finish a panel, though, huh? Jeez. All right. Here we go, guys. Hopefully it doesn't start in the middle. Okay, it didn't.
Wow, look at all these Pokemon. I wonder if they're gym leaders.
We must be in the Safari Zone. There are lots of single wild Pokemon here, all ready to mingle.
I used to run away here when I was a kid. You can bait Pokemon, or throw rocks at them, or run away. I'm realizing how dull my childhood was.
Or I can hurt them with my Pokemon and then take them from their home.
Ash, the Safari Zone is a magical, peaceful, violence-free area. No fighting, no weapons, no battles.
Gonna do it anyways.
Ash, no!
Hey kids, remember me? You've got 3 seconds to tell me why you guys are here, and it better be a damn sexy answer.
Don't shoot, please. I don't want to be shooting.
Don't test me. I'll shoot. I'll fucking do it. Don't you test me.
Don't shoot me.
I will do it.
This is not how you have a violence-free area!
Okay, so this is where my trap was set. This is where you guys aren't allowed to be. And this is where you were. Notice how they're all the same place.
What were you doing with a gun anyways? That's dangerous and clearly against the rules of the safari.
Lady, I am the rules.
Yeah, how did that happen anyway?
Oh, look at that. There's a red dot somewhere. I gotta run.
Look at those Kangaskhan over there. They're really strong. I can tell somehow.
Strong, huh? I know exactly what to do. We're going to convince them peacefully to join our cause.
But first, let's let them know we're here!
No! I should forget that Team Rocket is trying to steal those Pokemon and stuff.
Oh, hey, guess what that is? Not my problem.
But I'm for Jenny, if those Pokemon get stolen, then I can't battle them!
No, Ash, rocks and food only.
No, it's time to battle all these Kangaskhan!
Jenny, they're breaking the rules!
I'll allow it.
Let's catch all these high-level Kangaskhan with regular Pokeballs without weakening them first.
We're still Team Rocket!
Kangaskhan!
Not gonna lie, that was pretty hot.
We're in agreement.
I think you're talking about different things. Oh, great. A military helicopter in the safari zone.
I wonder what Pokemon it is.
Helicopter, the helicopter Pokemon is mostly known for... That is not a Pokemon! Whoa, who's that Pokemon?
Greetings! My name is Tommy Stan! And I'm Arnold's mom! We're looking for our son Tommy!
You lost another kid?
And lost weight too! I'm giving birth to Tommy! And losing him! Is there a place where we can talk to you? Tommy is our son! Just like Arnold!
You know, I got somewhere to be, actually. I got water spoiling. My house is on fire.
Oh, what a great place to discuss Arnold at! Hello, Tommy! Oh, right. And then when Tommy was coming out of my vagina, I was like, whoa!
Great!
Ever since then, Tommy has been missing!
Is this him?
Yes! So now that we know he's here,
We have no proof of that.
can finally bring him home.
But why on Japan did you bring a giant military helicopter?
What if our Tommy had been abducted? We'd wreck that person!
But weapons aren't always the answer.
Silly girl, weapons don't kill people. People kill people with weapons. Just like how Pokemon don't breed Pokemon. People breed Pokemon with Pokemon.
Hooray for weapons!
Don't worry, I will definitely find your kid.
Oh, thank you. So you'll bring him back here?
I am definitely going to find your kid.
And he'll be returned to us?
I'm just gonna go out there and find your kid and put him in my Jeep.
Oh, I can't wait to see him.
I'm gonna take your kid. Well, since the twerps have a military helicopter, this should even the playing field.
The only thing that can stop a good guy with a weapon is a bad guy with a weapon.
And the only thing that can stop good guys without weapons is a bad guy with a gun coming out of a giant Mecha Kangaskhan!
Alright, James, time to use the non-lethal ammunition so we can capture all that Kangaskhan alive.
Exactly! Now I'll use the lethal ammunition so the Kangaskhan won't be alive!
James, no! Hey, it's a thing that kind of looks like a Pokemon. I'm gonna catch it! Go, Bulbasaur! 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 Give it a hug until it wants to be my friend! Bulbasaur! Now, Squirtle! Give it a friendly kiss! Squirtle!
Oh no! Our water broke!
Tommy, we're going to save you if it's the last thing we do.
Weapons are bad.
Weapons are bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
We should go. Do you think Tommy's gonna be okay?
Don't worry, you'll probably just find another Kangaskhan family. There are tons of them there, and a nice warm bed to share with Officer Jenny.
I wish we had a nice warm bed we could share with each other.
Me too!
Yeah, but he would make the bed, and Brock sure wouldn't. Look, Tommy's okay, and not with Jenny.
Yeah, and I would totally make that bed, by the way, Misty.
Yeah, you're too lazy.
You guys see them too, right?
Uh-huh.
We need to leave now.
It's like all we do anymore is walk. But no, seriously though, I would totally make that bed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Meow.
Hey, let's see.
Thank you guys so much for coming here. I hope you had a good time. We had a very good time considering there's like almost no one here. It was very intimate, like I said. Nice. Now you know about our private parts or something. Yeah. Oh, and 4:30 we're doing another panel in the fan art theater room, which is it's hard to get to. It's on the 4th floor of this building on the Kobo, and it's like all the way down that way. Okay, so it's here. We'll be showing this again, but not towards the end. We'll also take more questions and stuff like that. So yeah, if you know anybody that missed the panel because it's really early, or if you want to talk to us again, more questions, whatever, we'll be there. Thank you guys so much. Have a great Youmacon. Thank you.
4:30.